here comes my first experience with Mercy, Mercy Me. It was in 1990, which made me 11. And that I didn't know the date and I didn't know my age when I was recalling this last night. But when I Googled it, it was like, okay, that's perfect timing because that's exactly. And you know what? It's like I don't remember anything specific about being the age 11, except for now I know that this happened when I was 11. 11's the kind of one of those really just like, years. It's just like you're not quite even preteen yet, you're just kind of, it's a very in-between age, right? But so it was one week night and I was recalling it was dinner time. I was at the dinner table. It was in the kitchen, in the dining area, kitchen area. And it was very dark outside. So it had to have been winter time. It was those colder months of the year where it's dark earlier and it's like dark outside earlier. So it was one night during the week. My family would always eat dinner together at the dinner table. Like we just always did that. There were no smartphones. There were no laptops, tablets. There was, was there internet? I don't even know if there was internet. There was not internet. At least there was not internet in our house. So, there wasn't a whole lot of distraction to not sit at the table and eat as a family. And so we did that every single night. Now, we always had the TV on as a part of it as well. So it wasn't like completely family bonding time in that, it was just totally conversation. We would always be fixated on the same show together, though. So we would watch the same show as a family. It was usually Wheel of Fortune. If we were eating dinner, like, early and on time, but sometimes it would be a little bit later. And what I remembered is like Martin came on every Thursday night and we would always be eating dinner watching Martin together. So it was this one weekday night because I just remember it was a school night and it was dark outside and I was at the kitchen table area. I was standing up, so I think we must have been about done eating dinner, which would make sense why it was so dark. And, so I would always be clearing off the table. So I'm like going back and forth from the table, the dining room area to the kitchen. And all of a sudden, there was this commercial that came on. And the entire sound of this commercial was the song Mercy, Mercy Me. And, okay, at that moment, it was one of those experiences where it's like it's the first time you're probably hearing the song, but yet it sounds totally familiar. It's like, this is the first time I'm hearing this song, but I know I've heard it before. And that actually probably was literally that experience for me. Because what I shared at the very end of what I was saying last night, but I'm going to share it right here, was that since this very pivotal experience, because this was a very pivotal experience for me, it was a very dawning experience. It was a very light bulb turning on experience for me. It was a very beginning experience for me. And I think that was really the purpose that song has served in my life, is that Mercy, Mercy Me really served as the pivotal, let's get started listening to Marvin Gaye for the rest of our lives type of experience.